look naked. It's not good. I'm just gonna pull this up a bit. Okay.
Hi guys! So I'm going to do a makeup tutorial, hence the naked face. So I kind of decided it would probably be a good idea to do a sort of like highlight and contour tutorial, but also do like a smoky eye, the usual Kim Kardashian look, which like, does makeup ever get any better than that really? Like, that is just the best makeup look of all time. That was my Kanye impression. It wasn't very good. So the main focus of this video is going to be the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlight, well, it's the contour kit, but it's got highlighting products in there as well. And I featured this in my last haul video, and I've actually done a post on this which I'll link below, and this is well loved already. I've had it like 3 weeks and basically slurp. So you've got your highlighting shades across the top and your contour on the bottom, pretty self-explanatory. There's one shimmer, which is this one here, and the rest are all matte. And I'm going to show you guys how I achieve the Kim Kardashian look kind of thing using this here beautiful palette, worth every penny of the £45 that I spent on it, I promise you.
So I'm sweating like a pig.
Wow, we haven't been this close up in a while, have we? So I've already moisturised my skin using my Clarins Hydra Quench cream. So the primer I'm going to use is the MAXFACTOR FACEFINITY All Day Primer, which has an SPF of 20. It's just I basically ran out of primers, and this was the only one that I kind of like could be bothered buying. So I'm going to apply that using my e.l.f. powder brush, which I absolutely adore for foundation. So I'm just going to apply that in circular motions. It's all over the face. Probably still got a bit of foundation on it, but it's all going on anyway. For foundation, I'm going to use the L'Oreal True Match foundation with SPF 17. This is in the shade Rose Vanilla, and I really like this at the moment. It's probably my favourite drugstore foundation at this very moment in time, and it's basically like good skin in a bottle. That's how I'd describe it, good skin in a bottle. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, but on a much cheaper sort of scale. Does that make sense? You know what I mean. I'll stop wittering. So I'm going to take the e.l.f. brush again, and I'm just going to apply the foundation on the top. I'll probably do like a pump and a half maybe. I'm just going to blob this all over my face, looking sexy there, Katie, and then sort of buff it in to the skin. Just really working it in and getting a nice bit of coverage. I'm just going to make sure I take that down my neck and sort of over my ears as well, because I need it all to blend in. Then I'm going to go into my eyebrows, and this is always the same routine for me, same sort of two-step, and they're both Anastasia Beverly Hills products. And the first one is the BOURJOIS in the shade Taupe, which was formerly called Ash Blonde. The colours haven't changed. And it's got a spoolie on one end, and then the product with a really thin nib on the other end, and could not be without it. Following that up with the Anastasia Beverly Hills DIPBROW pomade, and this is in the shade Blonde. As you can see, proper loving this, and that just adds a bit more texture to the brows and sort of makes them look a bit more three-dimensional rather than just sort of like drawn on flat kind of look. So I'm just going to brush through the brows and just sort of shape them and get any sort of foundation out of them, because it does tend to cling in there. I'm just going to go through in sort of feather-like motion just to sort of get the shape in there and add the pencil where sort of I've got gaps and sparse bits. My eyebrows aren't particularly thick, but they do seem to have quite a good shape at the moment because I've been having them threaded, so I definitely recommend threading. So I'm just going to pull that down. As you can see, I've only used a small amount of product and it's made quite a bit of a difference already. So we need to make those a little bit more HD. Then taking my Real Techniques brow brush, and the DIPBROW pomade. I'm just going to take a small amount because it's really pigmented. So I'm going to dip my brush in there and just take it over the work I've already done, just to add a bit more texture and definition. And now the best tip I've heard in a long time is the post-it trick, which Amelia Liana does in like literally every video, and it makes such a difference. So I stick 2 on the back of my hand like so, looks really normal, and then just sort of take a lot of the stickiness off. I do it like 2 times, and then apply it to the corner of my eye. So I'm going to apply it from the very corner of my eye up to my eyebrow in that sort of diagonal. So I look normal now, voila. So this is just to sort of make the eyeshadow look a lot better when you apply it, because not everybody can blend like Pixie Woo, let's be honest. So it sort of just gets rid of, it really neatens up this sort of line and sort of lifts the eye. So that's the look that we're going for. Eyeshadow wise, I'm going to be using the STILA In The Light palette, which I absolutely love at the moment. It's got some really gorgeous shades in there to add some real depth. So I'm going to start with the shade Bubbly, which is this golden shade here. I'm just going to put that all over the lid. Then I'm going to go in with a really mucky MAC 139 brush, and I'm going to take the shade Sunset and add that into the corner, just sort of warm up that area. Then using the Real Techniques Essential Crease Brush, I'm just going to take the shade Sandstone, which is a bit more of a matte shade, and it's darker, and I'm just going to sort of dab that in to the palette, tap off the excess, and then work it through my crease just to really darken that area. Then I'm just going to take a little bit of Ebony, which is the black shade, just a small amount, tap off quite a lot of it, and put that through the crease as well, just to add a bit more depth there. Then I'm just going to blend that out and just make it a bit neater. Then I'm going to use a product that came with the STILA palette, and it's the STILA Smudge Stick Waterproof Eyeliner, and this is in the shade Damsel, which is like a dark brown, and I find this is really great for creating a really quick, easy, smoky eye. You just sort of put it pretty much everywhere and blend it out. So I'm just mascara wise, I'm going to use my current favourite, which is the Volume 1 Second Mascara from Bourjois. Absolutely love this at the moment. It's really good layering mascara, so you can get that instant volume, but then you can layer it up and get really fantastic looking eyelashes from it. We'll start with this beautiful kit that I absolutely adore. So I tend to start off with the contour itself and then add the highlight in afterwards. So I'm going to start with the middle shade, which is called Fawn. I tend to use 2 brushes when I'm contouring. I use the MAC 109 to get a really distinctive line, and then I blend out with the Bobbi Brown sheer powder brush, which is incredible. So I'll start off with the 109. So I'm just going to place it on the back of my cheek and sort of dab it on in a sort of stippling like motion. As you can see, I'm getting cheekbones already, guys. So I do look a bit crazy at the moment, but I will blend it all in. So I'm going to use the sheer powder brush just to blend that in. The pigmentation on this is just unreal. Then for the highlight I use my Real Techniques multitask brush, and I go between the two colours here. I mainly focus on this, the more pinkier tone one, which is called Sand, and then I go in with a bit of Vanilla, which is just under the under eye area to counteract any redness. Okay, so that's pretty much the contouring done. So I'm going to go in with this shimmery highlight shade, which is called Banana, and I'm going to go in with a Real Techniques settings. Take a small amount on the brush. I'm just going to swipe that just on the tops of my cheekbone there, just to add a really nice sheen. It's not overly shimmery, but I feel like it just adds a bit more of a glow to the face. I'm going to put it through my brow bone. And then the only other place I've really put it is just over my Cupid's bow really lightly. For lips, I'm just going to go for a nude shade, and I'm going to go for MAC Patisserie, which is just like your lips kind of colour. Okay guys, that's the finished look. I think I put a little bit of too much sort of contour on my forehead, but I'm a new beginner just like everybody else. The tips I would give for contour are: make sure you don't use something too dark. If you use a lighter product, you can build up the colour. Blending is massive must when it comes to contouring, and just sort of putting it in the right areas, you know, underneath your cheekbone, sort of down the nose, under the chin, through the sort of foot hairline kind of thing. And then with the highlight, you put it any other place where you want the skin to sort of be lifted. And obviously that's like the top of the cheekbones, down the centre of the nose, brow bone, forehead, chin, and then sort of lip area. And obviously the contouring counteracts that, and that sculpts the face, so it gives you a bit more of a sort of shape to your face. I find it makes my sort of face look a lot thinner, which is always a plus. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give the video a big thumbs up. Leave me a little comment below, and I will see you guys in my next video.